Before the sun rises over feudal Japan, before the roosters dare make a sound, you arrive. A sharp clap from the midwife's hand splits the pre-dawn darkness, and just like that, the world has one more soul to deal with. It is the year of the dragon. You, however, are considerably less dragon and considerably more confused, screaming, utterly helpless kitten. Your father stands in the doorway. He doesn't smile. He doesn't rush forward with open arms. He simply looks at you. Another mouth to feed, another soul to mold, another warrior to forge from soft clay. Welcome to feudal Japan, kid, where your entire life was mapped, planned, and decided before you could even crawl. Think helicopter parents are bad? Try samurai parents. By age 5, while other children chase fireflies and steal extra rice cakes, you are learning how to sit perfectly still for hours. Hours. The family shrine visits are basically endurance tests disguised as spirituality. Don't sneeze when the incense tickles your nose. Don't fidget. Don't breathe too loudly. And whatever you do, do not knock over the offerings. You knock over the offerings. Your father's expression alone earns you 1,000 extra practice swings before breakfast. Your first real test comes at age 6, the ceremonial first haircut. You watched other children go through it, secretly giggling at their stiff little top knots, but now it's your turn. Goodbye, soft childhood locks. Hello, instant adult hairstyle that makes your head feel like a poorly balanced spear. At least you get to wear hakama now. Nobody mentions, of course, that traditional hakama pants are essentially a trip hazard with a side of public embarrassment. Walking becomes an extreme sport. Dignity becomes a rumor. Then comes age 7. And everything changes. Remember those warm, cozy mornings at home? Gone. The dojo is your home now, a place where comfort is not just absent, it was never invited in the first place. Your new master's very first lesson is how to sit properly. Yes, sit. Hours upon hours locked in the seiza position until your legs scream in a language you didn't know pain could speak. The older students make it look effortless. You make it look like you're perched on hot coals while being personally attacked by wasps. Your first wooden sword, the bokken, feels like it weighs more than your entire future. Drop it and you're doing squats until your legs file a formal complaint. It is, without question, the worst PE class in human history. Except it never ends, and your teacher can literally slice a fly in half mid-air just to make a point. Winter arrives, and with it, a whole new level of suffering. The dojo floor is cold enough to freeze your actual soul. Complaining, however, is not very samurai of you, so you learn to meditate while your toes slowly become icicles. Then they put you in full armor. Picture trying to fight inside a walking tin can that is simultaneously trying to suffocate you and bruise every single rib you own. By 13, you receive your first real sword. Everyone around you treats this moment like a profound spiritual awakening. Nobody warns you about the maintenance. One tiny spot of rust, one single moment of neglect, and you have dishonored 8 generations of ancestors before dinner. The first time you clean it, you slice your own palm open. Your sensei nods slowly and calls it a blood bond with your blade. You call it a very compelling argument for origami. Then comes mounted archery. Imagine trying to thread a needle while riding a dolphin who finds you personally hilarious. That is mounted archery. You are firing arrows at targets from the back of a horse that has clearly decided today is the day it becomes a comedian. Your sensei strokes his beard and says something deeply wise about patience and the wind. The horse snickers. You are almost certain they planned this together. Then comes your genpuku ceremony, the moment you officially cross from boy to man. They give you a new name, a new hairstyle, and enough responsibility to make everything before this moment feel like a gentle warm-up. Your childhood name is retired. In its place, something that roughly translates to honorable warrior of great virtue. In reality, you are still actively trying not to trip over your own sword. Your first armor fitting is exactly like being measured for a medieval Iron Man suit, minus every single feature that makes Iron Man bearable.
You'll get used to it, they say. Sure, the same way you'll get used to the fact that sitting down is now a Herculean task and standing back up qualifies as an Olympic event. The craftsman keeps muttering about your unique proportions. You take it as a compliment. Then comes your first battle. All that training, all those elegant, precise, beautifully rehearsed techniques, and the reality is a mosh pit with sharp objects and absolutely no chill. Your sophisticated battle strategy collapses within the first 30 seconds into something that can only be described as try not to die while maintaining at least a shred of dignity. You manage one of those, barely.
Then comes clan politics, which is, if we're being completely honest, far more dangerous than any battlefield you will ever stand on. Every formal gathering is a minefield of invisible rules. Pour the tea wrong, political crisis. Bow at the wrong angle, another crisis. Sit in the wrong seat, and somehow, impossibly, that too is a crisis. You begin to suspect the true enemy was never the rival clan. It was always proper etiquette. Then comes the marriage arrangement. Your future wife is the daughter of a neighboring clan's finest warrior. The good news is she is accomplished, sharp, and remarkable. The bad news is she is remarkably skilled with a naginata. Your first dinner together is less candlelit romance and more quiet mutual assessment of how quickly the other person could end you. You decide to be very, very polite about the table manners. Suddenly, you find yourself leading 20 samurai, all of them looking to you as though you hold some grand master plan etched by the gods themselves. You do not. Your strategy is essentially look extremely confident while the panic quietly rearranges your internal organs. Somehow it works, and now everyone thinks you're a tactical genius. Fake it till you make it, samurai style. During one particularly memorable battle, your horse is startled by a butterfly. A butterfly. Your perfect formation dissolves into beautiful, spectacular chaos. The enemy is so thoroughly confused by your unconventional approach that you win anyway. Sometimes failing upward is a completely legitimate strategy. Politics becomes your new battlefield, and you would genuinely rather face an armed cavalry charge than sit through another tea ceremony where every smile in the room is hiding a dagger. At least in battle, people are honest about wanting to defeat you. Your wife, it turns out, is far better at this game than you. That naginata discipline apparently translates beautifully into verbal warfare. You are very grateful she is on your side. Then comes training the next generation. You find yourself doing exactly what your old sensei did, making up proverbs on the spot and delivering them with absolute unshakable conviction. The bamboo that bends, you say slowly, is more resilient than the one that does not. They write it down. You cannot believe they write it down. Age creeps up on you like a ninja who has been personally patient for 30 years. Your legendary sword technique now comes packaged with complementary joint pain and a lower back that has opinions about the weather. Young warriors still challenge you. You beat them now not with speed, but with something they don't yet have: experience, economy, the wisdom to end a fight in one move while they're still busy performing the opening. You call it strategic energy conservation. One morning you catch your reflection in a polished blade. When did the silver come in? When did the lines around your eyes get so deep? The new generation moves faster, hits harder, and somehow still manages to make more etiquette mistakes than you ever did. You watch them train, and you remember. A young hotshot challenges you to a duel. He has been practicing since sunrise. You can barely touch your toes. He is fast, he is sharp, he is everything you were at that age, full of fire and absolutely convinced that the fastest sword wins every time. You let him burn through his energy. You let him show you everything he has. And then, with one single, quiet, well-timed movement, it is over. He stares at you. How? He asks. You give him your most profound, unreadable sensei expression. You say something deliberately cryptic about bamboo and still water. You have absolutely earned the right to be annoyingly philosophical. Your last battle is not on a blood-soaked field under a burning sky. It is a quiet morning council meeting. Two clans on the razor edge of war, and you prevent it, not with a sword, not with a threat, but with stories. Embarrassing, perfectly timed stories about everyone's grandfathers and their catastrophic tea ceremony incidents that you have been quietly collecting for decades, like the world's most dangerous hobby. The rune laughs, the tension breaks.
the war does not happen. It is, without question, the greatest victory of your life. They find you one morning in your garden, still, peaceful, your sword resting across your lap, and for the first time since you were 7 years old, your posture in Seiza is absolutely perfect. Your final message to your students is not carved in stone or wrapped in ceremony. It is simple, quiet, true. The secret to being a great samurai, you told them once, leaning back with the particular ease of someone who has finally stopped trying to prove something, is not mastering the sword. It is surviving long enough to realize that most problems don't actually need one.